proofs given the lines are parallel. Proofs given the lines are parallel. So we need to look for all those special angles we talked about yesterday, and then we're going to have to mix in some of unit 2. I didn't want to throw you guys right into the fire, so what I'm going to do first is a proof where I filled in all the statements, but you're going to help me with the reasons. First thing, look at the givens. A is parallel to B. How do I mark that from yesterday? How do I mark 2 lines parallel? Put on arrows. So A parallel to B. Let's throw some arrows on those. Doesn't matter which direction they're pointing. And then C parallel to D. Let's throw on another set of arrows. You can double up on them. It doesn't matter because they're going the same direction. All right, I'm saying 3 supplementary to 2. Why? That's what I'm saying right now. 3 is supplementary to 2. How do I know that? From yesterday. Look at 3 and look at 2. Identify what type of angles they are. 3 and 2. Say to yourself, inside, outside, same side, alternate. All right, what type of angles are 3 and 2 here? Let's roll 8. 3 and 2 are?
Same side interior.
There you go, same side interior. So, whoa. Let's write exactly what we wrote yesterday in class for justifications. How do we start it off with? What type of lines do I have? So here we go. Parallel lines imply the name of the angles. Same side interior angles. And then tell me what you know about them. Are supplementary. There you go. Great reason. Step 3, I'm saying now 1 is supplementary to 2. Why? Why is 1 and 2 supplementary? They're not linear pairs, obviously, because they're not adjacent. So why am I saying 1 and 2 are supplementary? What type of angles? 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. What type of angles are those? 12?
They're also same side interior.
Same reason. Everyone agree? They're also same side. So parallel lines. If you were doing this just on a blank proof all by yourself, yes, you could combine steps 2 and 3 in the same step because they have the same reason. Now, here's the tough part. Here's where we're going to struggle a little bit at the beginning. How do I tie this all in now and say 1 congruent to 3? Look at the work we just did. 3 supplementary to 2, 1 supplementary to 2. How do I tie this all in and say 1 and 3 are congruent now? This is going to be the tough part because now we're going back to unit 2. Remember, 1 and 3 have no relationship, so don't tell me they're alternate interior, same side exterior, alternate. They're not. They're not. But look at step 2 and step 3. How do I get from 2 and 3 to 1 congruent to 3? That's why we have that sheet. What do you got, Kelsey?
Substitution.
Okay, whoa. Be careful with that. Substitution would be for this. Ready? 3 is equal to 2. 1 is equal to 2. That would be substitution to get 1 and 3. Substitution's for when they're equal to each other. We have something similar to it when I have 2 angles that are supplementary to the same angle, don't I? All right, everyone see 3 and 1 are both supplementary to the same angle, so they have to be congruent from last unit's theorem that says supplements of the same angle are congruent. This is where it gets tough. Do the proofs get longer? No. You know what gets longer? Your list of reasons. That's what's going to get longer now because now you have all these new angles formed by parallel lines. All right, all good. All right, let's roll. Now it's a blank slate. Now we got a blank slate to deal with. Let's mark our diagram, and then we'll do our statements reasons. So AD parallel to FB. Let's mark it. AD parallel to FB. Angles CDA and BFE are congruent. What do we put on the angles again? Yeah, let's not forget that. CDA congruent to DBFE. There you go. And now we got to get the bigger angles congruent. CDF, this bigger angle, and DFE, that bigger one. Did they give us parallel lines? It must have been for a reason. Can you search right now in that diagram and find any angles that might be congruent? Because they're alternate interior, because they're corresponding, because they're alternate exterior. Can you find any angles that might be congruent in that diagram because AD and FB are parallel? Because they gave us those lines for a reason. They're telling you, hey, look for angles now that are congruent. Can you find any angles in that diagram that might be congruent because those lines are parallel? Any special angles? Take a peek. Oh, here we go. You think you got one there, tough guy, huh?
Yeah.
All right, everyone ready for these?
ADF and DFB.
Wow, not bad. Why?
Because
You better back yourself up. What type of angles are they? Help yourself out. Did you just give me two angles that are inside or outside those parallel lines?
inside.
Okay, so it better have the word interior in it, right?
Alternate interior?
There we go. Everyone see the alternate interior. Whoa, and then I got a really bad elementary school trick for you guys to figure out alternate interior. Here are the ones that I just said. These two right here are congruent because they're alternate interior. Whoa. Here you go. You know you're dealing with alternate interior, and this is really cheesy, but it works. Alternate interior angles always form the letter Z, and the Z always eats up the alternate interior angles. Pretty cheesy, elementary schoolish, but it works. So if you ever see the letter Z within a diagram, you probably have alternate interior. All right. Okay. So I got those. Good. So angle ADF congruent to angle DFB. All right, you guys are on the hook. What's my reason going to be here? Why are they congruent? 6. What did I start out with?
Alternate.
Whoa. Don't go there yet. You need what first?
Parallel lines.
Parallel lines. Imply, go ahead.
Alternate exterior angle.
Whoa.
Interior.
Alternate interior angles congruent. All right, great job. How are you getting the big angles now? I need those. Now, what's this turn into? How do I get the big angles?
Addition.
Act like you've been there. Addition, right? Everyone see this is an addition proof. Oh! You got 2 paired to add up?
Yeah.
The given and the alternate interiors. So now just tell me the correct order to add them up. So we'll take angle CDA and add it to CDA and ADF and say that's equal to the other pair on the other side, BFE plus DFB. Yep, that's addition. And then, hey, I'm not lying to you. I promise you. What comes after addition? Substitution. That's never changing. Questions, comments? We share one more, and then you're on your own. Ooh. Okay, AB parallel to CD. So again, they're saying, hey, these lines are parallel. Look for some angles here. Ooh, how about some of those givens? I don't know anybody's eyes lighting up there. All right, stop. Here we go. Anything in the givens lighting your eyes up there? Nothing? Come on. Come on. That's garbage. You're better than that. I've raised you better last unit. What's opening your eyes, Anna?
The bisectors.
2 of them, right? And how many angles are getting bisected? Let's look at those 2 angles right now, everyone. Look on your diagram. JEB is getting bisected, and so is EGD. Can you tell me anything about JEB and EGD? Let's go and look at those 2 angles, the 2 angles that are being bisected in the givens. What do you know about them on the diagram? 9. Those 2 angles. Because they're what type? Come on. You got it. Come on. What's that? You are correct. They are congruent. What type? Because they're what? Come on, dig deep. What did we call them yesterday? Here's a hint. Ready? One's outside and one's inside. So you can't have the word interior or exterior in it. And there was only one that didn't have it in there. Go ahead, look it up. You'll remember it now. Corresponding. There you go. They're corresponding. Everyone agrees? So wait. I want to make a plan here before I start writing down stuff. So you're telling me we're bisecting 2 angles that are congruent. What's bisect mean again? We're cutting it. Oh, wait. We're cutting 2 angles that are congruent in half. So what should I know about those halves? They're all equal by what's on your sheet. This is halves of equal quantities. Okay? First thing, though, you need to tell me is what you're cutting in half that they're equal. Okay? And that's what we just talked about, that angle JEB is congruent to EGD. You have to tell me what you're cutting in half is equal. Reason? We just discussed it, but we'll go over it again. 12, why are those 2 angles equal?
Because they're corresponding.
Okay, what are you going to write in your reasons?
Parallel.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, Ray. Let's go. Imply. Perfect. You can abbreviate corresponding CORR if you please. All right, let's keep going. You're not ready for halves of equal quantities yet because I don't. You know why? We haven't said what yet. Yeah, you haven't told me you're taking half of those 2 equal angles. So here we go. Half of one of them, JEB. Half of JEB. Look at your diagram. What do you want to call that? Half of JEB. Because you have 2 options. You could call it JEF or you could call it FEB. Which one are we concerned with in this proof? FEB, yep. So I'm going to call it FEB and take the other angle that it's congruent to and take half of that one. Half of EGD. Look on your diagram. What do you want to call that angle? EGD. Take half of it and you get which angle? The one I'm concerned with is HGD. Not halves of equal quantities, because I'm not setting these equal yet. How do you know you can take half of them? How do we know we could take half of them? 2. And go back real quick. Got it. Oh, go back real quick. 9. How do I know I could take half of it? Definition of bisects. Got it. I told you the angles are equal. I told you I'm taking half of it. So those halves, FEB and HGD, are now congruent. And that is off your sheet. Halves of equal quantities are equal. Okay, a couple things. You're going to start working on your own on the homework. My versions are up on Classroom. Usually I don't do that with proofs, so please don't copy them. Whoa. Most important thing, if your version is different than mine, fine. Bring it to class tomorrow and say, hey, is this still a good proof? Because there are multiple ways to do some of these proofs tonight. All right, so just because your version doesn't match mine on Classroom, bring it to class and we'll still go over it. Work with whoever you want. Let's get going. Call me over if you want me to look for anything.